Howdy friends, Tadas here with Insomniac Next Door. It's been a while and it's fall 2017, about 3 months since my last update video. So a few quick things to report. First of all, I've had a bit of a breakthrough as far as the quality of my sleep, and I mostly attribute this to CBD oil. I've taken it for a couple of months, experimented with about 3 different products, and first it wasn't really helping me with sleep so much, but then I could certainly feel my nervous system dialing down, and I was getting sleepy even during the day, just more relaxed and so on, which is kind of blooming exciting. And this is it's been a while, and I always thought that it doesn't matter what I do, if my nervous system is always amped up, I will go through this for a long time, because when your nervous system is all jacked up like this, I mean, your whole body and your digestion and your heart is always under stress. And it doesn't matter what you do with your supplements. They're not much of benefit if your body is in a constant state of inflammation or stress. So for the longest time I couldn't figure out how to tune it down. Various supplements weren't really helping, and CBD oil really is doing the trick. But for that, we have a tradition, say, to spit over your shoulder, knock on wood, right? Because every time I get all excited about something and report, it flips around. So, anyways, CBD oil. I'll do more video, and I've posted couple of articles on the blog Insomniac Next Door to report all my research that I did. So it's worth checking it out. Second thing I was on and researched this past couple of months was low stomach acid, and I found a connection between stress and low stomach acid. Also wrote the most recent article is about that, and how stress causes basically to rearrange your redirect your resources from digestion, and basically it's part of this survival mechanism, the flight or fight response, that directs all the energy into the muscles and into all these other neurotransmitters and biochemistry to mobilize you for action. And of course, if you're in a constant state of stress, it hits your digestion. So what happens, it lowers your stomach acid, and you're not able to digest things. And that was quite an experiment, right? I mean, a discovery for me, because I could definitely feel like things even right now in my digestion are kind of just stuck. Things are not moving through as well. But I found some more answers what could be causing that. And I always thought that if I get my digestion going, my sleep will come back and so on. And it certainly proves the theory that it's all in our gut. So I found out that low stomach acid passes food down into your intestinal tract and digests it, and that causes all sorts of inflammation and autoimmune responses, including heat at night and clogged up liver, because there's all this gunk out in your bloodstream that your liver is trying to filter, that digestion wasn't able to break down. So I took some betaine HCl, and I certainly felt like my digestion really kicked up. And I'm also doing celery juice every morning, and that is awesome also. I feel like I have more heat in my body, more warmth, and my digestion is also working smoother. It's been only 2 weeks on the celery juice, and I'm kind of excited about that. So sleep is slowly coming back, and I feel like I definitely get through the night. I get quite a few hours of sleep. I'm not able to skip through that waking between 1 and 2, which is active liver time, and that's still a challenge. I'm still working on it. So next thing was to look into ammonia toxicity, which some of the naturopaths or these functional practitioners say that many times insomnia is actually caused by ammonia toxicity. And look it up on the internet, and you'll find out that many people actually do experience this toxicity, and they take care of it with amino acid called L-ornithine, if I'm pronouncing it right. And that's also very interesting. I didn't do so well on L-ornithine at night. I think it was too much for my system to process. But many report very good results on that amino acid before bedtime, and that helps the body flush the ammonia out. Another thing is also sulfur-rich foods. They've definitely narrowed it down to sulfur-rich foods, which is strange because it doesn't really, it's not some sort of category you naturally gravitate to. Histamine, yeah, you kind of eliminate those foods, but high MSG foods, the glutamate and so on, those are the easiest to sort of tackle to, because they're so prevalent as far as the literature. But sulfur, that's a different matter, right? So you have to kind of learn about that, and that's what I had to study. So I'm taking it easy. So once I saw that I'm actually sensitive to all these sulfur foods, lo and behold, I realized that all these other supplements I'm taking, they actually kick up sulfur, or they actually have sulfur, and that's why I'm reacting to them so badly. So right away I came across the CBS gene mutation, and just based on all that, I realized, oh my holy cow, I have that thing, I must have that thing. And next thing, of course, was the genetic test came back, and lo and behold, there's all these genetic variances or mutations that people talk about and analyze, and that's COMT, CBS, MTHFR for me. There's some red numbers, and I'll do a review on my next video about the results exactly. But I learned that definitely I have a problem processing toxins, and with all these different gene variations I have a tendency to accumulate toxins. And so I've always suspected and was worried about, I have like 6-7 fillings from US that are silver fillings, and they're 50% mercury. So if you're not detoxing right, it can actually clog up your pathways, so challenge your detox pathways and create all these health problems, including insomnia. So that's on my on my binoculars, on my lens to focus on right now, all these gene mutations. I plugged in the data, the raw data, and then analyzed it on a couple different sites, and it definitely recommended certain supplements to kick up the methylation process gently. Also switch to different vitamin, B12, and also look into things like methylfolate and methyl B12 and so on. But you have to be very careful here, because it's not about chasing these gene mutations. You have to look at the whole system as a whole, and see what's if you can tweak those certain methylation pathways to kickstart the whole digestion process and help it move through the system faster. So it's a bit of the whole genetic world is a bit of a rabbit hole, and it takes a long time to learn. So I'm into that thick of the process right now, and I'll report a few days later. So for now, this is my quick update, if you can call it quick, almost 10 minutes, and leave me some comments. I'm looking forward to reporting these results for you in more detail, because I'm finding them extremely interesting. There's so many things came together from my genetic test. It's ridiculous how many answers are out there. But mostly I'm just so excited about the whole nervous system being cooler and letting me sleep through most of the night. And I will definitely share all my knowledge, all my findings with you. So just stay tuned and visit the blog insomniacnextdoor.com. I put a lot of research there, and I'll be in touch soon. So sleep well, and someday we will all eventually, right? Okay, take care for now.